I have nothing to sell you, but as always, I like to share with you tools and equipment that I enjoy. And so I see one thing here. I've been using this miter gauge, and this is a miter gauge made by Incra. They make a few different models. This is a nice middle of the road model, has some nice features, but it's not kind of overkill. You don't need to get features you'll never use. A lot of people will never use all the features on this. It's a Miter 1000, it's called. I don't remember, a couple $100 or something for that thing. Very feature rich and repeatable. It's highly accurate. Another thing I've been using is a grip block. There's a company that makes a product called a gripper. I don't have a gripper, but grip block is another product that they make. And so this is used for pushing stock through the saw, or even if you have a jointer, you can push through the jointer. Nice features of it. It has a soft, grippy underbelly. And these little dogs, you can lock them in the up position or put one or more down. And then when you're pushing your material, it'll automatically change from a grip style push to an end style push. It's just those dogs fall right down at the end and then give you a lot more positive push on something. Of course, you want to make sure you're not low enough on the setting that you're going to hit that with your saw. So I really like that. I use these feather blocks. They go in the miter slot in the saw, and what they do is this one I've got set up for the other side of the blade, so this will make more sense. This is made by Miles Craft. It's a set made by Miles Craft. I wouldn't say these are the best featherboards that I've ever seen, but they work just fine. They're a little tough to adjust because of that system there. It gets a little sticky, but it helps you keep your stock toward the fence, tight up against the fence, and it also, because these are flexible, and it also gives you some kickback protection. The stock doesn't want to move backwards against those teeth. So that's something I really like. I've actually got the box for that. That's the Featherboard kit. It has a spacer as well. So if you're doing maybe vertical stock, you can actually, here they've got it set up on a jig, so they've got one set for vertical hold down. Just a flexible system. One of the downsides is because it locks into the miter slot, it only has that much play. I can only move it that far away from the fence, and sometimes I want to do wider stock and I want some hold with wider stock. So this is made by Mag Switch. I would say this is a good product, but it's not as good as I'd like because it's got very powerful magnets that you turn and it holds it to the cast iron surface, but I can still push it around. So it's not that useful to me for that purpose. I bought this. It's really expensive, very expensive. It's, I don't know, like $80 or something for that. And so I can position that anywhere on the cast iron surface. So if I have wider stock, I can use this, and that's why I bought it. But it's not that useful because it easily moves. So don't really recommend that. This Senko stapler. I have a number of staplers. I have Porter cable staplers. I have a big Makita, and I have a Metabo. And this is my favorite. It's lightweight. If you're driving a few thousand staples in a row, well, you want a lightweight stapler. Every ounce counts. And that's just a very high quality. Now, you can buy staplers for $50. This is a couple hundred or 250 or something. But if you're driving lots of staples, that's an investment. It works really nice. It's my favorite stapler that I own. The Metabo I bought at the same time, and the reason I have different staplers is they use different size staples. Like this is what I'm using here today, 1.25" by a 5/8 crown. The Metabo that I bought uses the 1/4" crown staples. My big Makita uses a larger staple yet. I want to say it's a 1/2" crown. Is that 5/8? I thought that was 5/8. It's not, it's 3/8. It's a 3/8 crown. The Makita is a 1/2" crown. The Metabo is a 3/8 crown. So there's all different kinds of staples and staplers. So you have to make sure you get the staples for the right one that you own, and buy the stapler that you need for your project. Okay. And this is my glue bot. It's made by a company called FastCap. FastCap is when you build a project and you have a screw in the surface and you want to put that little plastic cap cover decorative over it, that's a FastCap. Well, FastCap makes other stuff too, and they make glue bot. That's kind of nice. It's made of a material that the glue doesn't easily stick to it. I could peel this glue off it, but there's no reason to. The glue's coming out just fine. And anyway, I like that. The glue, you squeeze it, the glue comes up from the bottom. So you can glue vertically or at just about any orientation with that. And finally, what's in the glue bot is my favorite waterproof glue. And it's food grade glue too for indirect contact. Type Bond 3. Franklin is the company that makes that. So that I really like. I tried to use Elmer's white waterproof glue when Franklin had a problem a couple of years ago, and they couldn't ship glue. And that's why I tried the Elmer's, and it was a total disaster. I completely hate Elmer's waterproof glue.